morning is Tuesday, September 19th, and my plan for the day is to continue along here. So these 3 stacks are done. So basically I've made a little chart and I'm going to engrave on the tangs what I did to them. Otherwise I will forget. And then I've got these stacks, which I'm going to go to 220, and then I'm going to do some buffing, and then these are going to go 220, 400, and then fully buff and get those all done. And with those 2, I'll be doing the customs as well. All that's super shiny. So the progress, honestly, it's gone really well. Like they're cleaning up really nicely. So this is one of the ones that was just 120, and then I used the Scotch-Brite on, and like, well, besides my fingerprints on it, like it cleaned it up a lot. Like for a little bit of work, like it took that 60 grit and just really made it much nicer. So super stoked with those. Probably won't get them quite finished today, but I'll get the bulk of it done. So hopefully I can get these packaged off and sent out tomorrow. And then I'll start working on some the other customs that are due later in the year. I've got them cut out. I just need to get finished profiling them. So hopefully I'll get some work done on that as well. Well, that's me for today. Here's Daniel with what he's got going on.
Hey everyone, just to get you caught up with what's going on in my world. Hope everyone had a great weekend to start it off. I've got some refurb stuff going on. We basically got the handles on 2 of these guys. As you see, the antlers kind of fitted up. I've got to do a little bit more adjustment. I'm not glued up yet, and then I've also got to bring that down so that way it just doesn't poke right here on the sides. So I'm going to make it look a little nicer, make sure it fits in the hand well. Then we've got the buck 120 that we've been working on. As you can see, I've been peening the pins. I've got a little issue right here where I've got a little gappage that I've got to try and clean up and try and see if I can get that taken care of. I've also got some epoxy gaps that I'm not too happy with. Just one of the things that when you have a rehandle that's not your own design, the things that are on it and you're trying to keep to fit can always give you issues. And you know, just to kind of give you a little insight, I'm cleaning up some of the spacers so that way the old epoxy from the knife handle before isn't on them. I'm just trying to clean them up, flatten them. It just created enough space to where the epoxy didn't get to really hold on and created a gap. It happens. So I have a couple plans of actions to try and fix this issue. If not, just start over with a new spacer. That's going to be the majority of my day. We do have some things in the morning to take care of. It is Industry Tuesday as well, with some sharpening that's already started our day. So hopefully it's a nice busy one. That's what we're hoping for every day. But anyways, we're in our favorite place with our favorite guy, Russell. What's up, bud?
Good.
What do we have today?
Okay, so today we have Cold Steel's line of kukri machetes. We have the kukri machete. This is the basic one. Then there's the plus, and they add a little guard on it and change the handle a little bit. And then there's the Magnum, which not quite as bent, no guard, but it is the longest of the bunch. So these are made in South Africa. They are a high carbon steel with a coating on them. So if you leave it out, that edge will rust. I abused one over a weekend and left it dirty and it rusted. But it's no problem to clean up, so don't worry about it too much. They do come with sheaths, and they are all sub $50. So if you're looking for a machete and want something that's just a little cooler looking than a machete, these are fully functional machetes. They just look like kukris.
Right on. And just to kind of give you guys some insight on kukris, it is a Nepalese military weapon. Basically started out with the Gurkhas. They usually made them, grab the Magnum for me. They usually made them about the length of their feet. So if Russell, if you could demonstrate what I mean, no, just kind of straight down. That way, whenever the Gurkhas would go through shrub, as you see, it hits right around his ankle. If he's traveling through high grass over here, as he's going through, he's whacking. And so that's what those are mainly meant for. And as you see this huge belly right here, this is going to allow a lot of weight to be up front. That way, when you're swinging, you're basically going into whatever it is you're chopping at. So it was a very useful tool, not just their weapon of choice for self-defense, but a great tool and versatile. It was very big though, so it's not something you can carry around everywhere. In Texas, that's not an issue, so we don't have to worry about that. But anyways, guys, we're gonna be bringing you more of Cold Steel's machetes. They're a great, those 3 right there are great sub $50 machetes. They look like really good kukris as well. Here's the thing. You're not getting the build quality you're asking for when you get to like $100, $200. These are high carbon steels, coated so that way they don't have to worry about maintenance and rust. Rubber handles. So basically, you want something to beat up, chop, go crazy with, these are the things. They're not the decorative ones, they're not the really nice ones that you can go wear to the costume parties and all that. It's not the case here. So, we're gonna show you more of those this week. We've got some other ones to bring into you. Hope everyone had a great weekend again. We'll wrap it up. See you on the next one. Peace.
Good morning is Wednesday, September 20th, and I got no knife making done yesterday. Super busy morning. We literally sharpened all the way up until lunch, like 2 o'clock. That was super cool to see. And then after lunch, we just had more admin. We had a couple knives to put in stock, which we'll be showing you towards the end of the week. And so really my goal for today is my goal from yesterday. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be working on the Magna Cut. In other news, I've talked about the box for our lawyer slicer. I don't have to make it by myself. I talked to a buddy last night. He's gonna help me make it, which super stoked about that. And we do have basically almost 2 months to make it. So his time frame will be good. So very exciting about that, especially because our drum sander is down right now because it got burnt out last summer with all the heat we had. So I could do it here, but it would be a lot more difficult, and he has all of the tools. So very exciting. Thank you very much, Paul. Appreciate it. So here's Daniel with what he's got going on.
Hey y'all, just to get you caught up with what's going on in my world. I, like Russell, got very little to nothing done. I was able to sketch a confirmed design on the Chinese cleaver I will be getting on steel today and cutting out sometime. And then on to my rehandles, my Hidden Tang rehandle, and then my Buck 120 rehandle. So if you watched yesterday's basically take on what everything was going on and or came all the way to this time, you're going to know that I have an epoxy gap to fix and some peening to do and get this cleaned up on. If not, I'll have to recoup and figure out how to go from there. That's going to be the majority of my day, as well as whatever else comes in. And now we're going to go to our place with our guy, Russell. What's up, bud?
It's good.
What are we covering today?
Today, so like we talked about, we're going to talk about the cold steel machete. So this is the cold steel Black Bear Bowie, also made in South Africa, made out of the same 1044 steel with the black coating. And we didn't show the sheath yesterday, so most of the sheaths, if not all of the sheaths, had like a little plastic bottom. And this one's cool because it is ambidextrous. You could put it in like right or left-handed. So I just want to make a little note on here because we've had customers comment about this. So these are sub $50 tools. They are not super refined. You can literally see the burr hanging off there, right? They are not refined. They are not showpieces like Daniel said. These are beaters. To the point where they come already like, you know, and everyone will look a little different. I've seen ones that actually have points on them. I've seen ones that are rounded off like this. It really is what it is. We have had several people buy them and then pay us to sharpen them, and they're like, oh, I want a real point, and we can point it as well. But just to note, the great beaters, injection molded plastic handle, then that one has a nice guard on it, so you could really get some hacking done with it. And they are very lightweight for what they are, so just nice, usable machete.
Right on, y'all. All right, that'll wrap us up for today. I know yesterday was a much more long-winded episode, so we'll wrap it up here. See you on the next one. Peace.
Good morning. It's Thursday, September 21st, and I made good progress on the batch of Magna Cut, so I have some buffing to do on these, and then it's stamping and straightening everything and packaging them up, which I hopefully will be able to get all that done today, and I'll be very excited because then I'll be working on some other things, some customs, and I'm going to grab some rehandles from Daniel. So very excited about that. Get these through the heat treating process. So really that's my day. Here's Daniel with what he's got going on.
What is up, everybody? And just to get you caught up with what's going on in my world, I've got another rehandle glued up. Very happy with how this one went. Very opposite of the buck that I had, which I've definitely rehandled a good number of 119s and 120s, and so I'm just having a little bit more issues with that guy this go around. But this one is going a lot better. It is now epoxied up. I will get it cleaned up, brought down, polished up a little bit more, sharpened, and out of here. This customer just wanted a natural kind of horn or antler, I apologize, on here, and kind of leaving the crown and the natural figure of it without it being too ground on and perfected. So we're gonna get that taken care of and be on out with it. Then I got into my Chinese cleaver customs. I have got one for a customer. It's going to be a hidden tang, beautiful handle with ivory and koa. It's going to be one of the more nicer handles I've done on a cleaver, period. Then I've got these two monstrosities, which are basically for Don from Qua Barbecue. He got some cleavers from us a while back and just wanted to do two cleavers, dueling cleavers, basically so he can basically do his big piggies when he cooks and smokes them. That's going to be the focus of my day, to get them kind of in a better stage than what they are now, drilled. If I can get some grind lines in them, get that. Otherwise, as well as whatever else comes in, I'll be taken care of as well. But we are now in our favorite spot with our favorite guy, Russell. What's up, bud?
Hey, it's good.
What do we got today?
So today we have the 21-inch two-handed Latin machete by Cold Steel. So this is literally a full two-hand. You can use it one, but it is more comfortable with two. This is a big machete. We do have one that's bigger, but this is literally the second largest machete. So the same 1055 high carbon steel with the coating. Nice nylon sheath with a tip protector. That way you can't puncture through it. And closure, you can carry it across your back, or you can wrap it up against something. So continuing the machete theme, there we go. There's another machete for you.
Just to reiterate the past 2 days, what we've talked about with these guys, they are affordable, sub $50 machetes. At the same point, they aren't super ornate or specially made. The steels are not anything super high end. The coating is on it just to protect it from rusting, which is something you would want on a machete like that. And you do want that kind of steel for that, but you're not looking at that high-end sword value, which is okay, because this is going to serve the purpose of chopping and actually using and beating up a sword like machete. So, any questions, please leave them in the comments. We'll definitely be happy to answer those things there. We're going to wrap it up. See you on the next one. Peace!
Good morning, it's Friday, September 22nd, and the Magna Cut batch is ready to go. So these three or four, I should say, are customs. So to customers, and then, yes, I'm making myself a Magna Cut kitchen knife. I haven't made myself a kitchen knife in many moons. And then we've got a little over a handful of carry knives. So a modification on my carry buoy, did a little recurve on it. And then my favorite neck knife I've made in quite a while. I really like that handle on it. And then another new design. This is one that Daniel and I worked on, kind of thinking about being able to convert a fixed blade into a folder. And so that's a little harpoon knife. And then all of these are kitchen knives. So we got some big cleavers and some bunkabokus and a little bit of everything. Super stoked. This giant one that I'm absolutely just a huge fan of for some reason. And then we even have a couple slicers in there. So, like I said, a little bit of everything as far as like the bigger knives go. I will be getting that shipped out today. All the paperwork's done. I just need to take some photos and send it on out of here. So I'll start with that, and then I will start on the customs that are due next month, I think it is. Yeah, October. So get a go on that. Other than that, that's my day. Here's Daniel with what he's got going on.
What's up, everyone? Just to get you caught up with what's going on in my world. Custom, rehandled down. Custom down, I said that all wrong. Basically, polished up where I could in the nice little beautiful areas of this antler, and gonna sharpen it up, finish it up, call the customer. Then on to these guys. I've got the big ones all drilled up. I should be doing grind lines today, just enough to get them down to a thickness and down a little ways. Stamp them, get them up ready for heat treat. Same thing with the smaller cleaver. I also went ahead and got my ferrule fitted for this guy. It is a piece of supplied ivory, real ivory, that the customer had as a family heirloom piece. So I am now using that as the ferrule. Pre-fitting that basically just allows me the ease of post-heat treat work. Once I get it all kind of cleaned up and ready for handle, I don't have to do much. I'll just have to drill a 1/2 inch hole basically into the rest of my handle and then get this down and be done. So very happy with the progress there. Gonna try and get the grind line set in and then be done with that for those 3. Heat treat sometime next week, and then hopefully get some handles on these guys. I won't be in tomorrow, so it's gonna be a quick one from Russell, but I'm gonna go into the showroom with our favorite guy, Russell. What's up, bud?
It's good.
What do we got today?
Today we have the Cold Steel Tie machete. So a little bit bigger than the 21-inch Latin D-Guard overall. It is, the blade is about the same size, but this handle is massive, right? You could fit like 4 hands in there. So same high carbon steel, same coating. Really what changes in these is the blade shape, blade design, and then the handle does come with a very similar nylon with tip protector. It's got this little cutout in there so it can sit flush. Kind of intuitive design, that way it doesn't like pooch out. But yeah, nice big handle, especially if you really need to get some force behind something. You can spread your hands out and really hack at it.
Right on, guys. All right, that'll wrap us up for today. Like always, we'll see you tomorrow and wrap up the week.
All right, peace. Good morning to Saturday, September 23rd, and today it'll just be me in the shop. Daniel is out doing some other stuff, so as much as possible I will be working on a couple customs. So this is a little Japanese petty kitchen utility knife that I will be working on, and I was working on a slicer, which is my other one, but I made a little whoopsie over here, so I ended up having to change that, so I will have to cut out a new one. So this is what it was supposed to look like. It's one of the slicers that don't have a point on it. It's a deli slicer, so I'll get that one cut back out, get it caught up to this one, because Daniel has stuff for heat treat. So Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be doing a heat treat, and if I can have these 2 knives ready at the same time, just makes more sense. I will also be finishing a quick little refurb for our Buck distributor. I buffed it and it just didn't quite get these scratches out quite enough, so I'm gonna see if I can hand sand those down a little bit and get it a little bit nicer. This is a knife that Aaron's grandfather had given him when he graduated high school, so just wanted to get it cleaned up a little bit. So I'll be working on that one a little bit more, trying to make it just a little bit nicer. So really, oh, and I did yesterday. I got the Magna Cut out. It is gone. See, look, no Magna Cut knives here right now. They are in a box headed to be heat treated by Peter's Heat Treat. So that's really it for me for today for knife making. Daniel's not here to say anything, so we're gonna go into our favorite place with our favorite guy, me. Hey, what's up? Okay, so we're gonna finish our series that we've been talking about. We've been talking about the cold steel machetes. These are the tactical, the Tanto, the Wakizashi, and the Katana cold steel machete. So very similar. They're all made out of the same 1055 high carbon steel, which we've been talking about all week. They have the coatings on them, and then as opposed to doing an actual proper wrap, they did an injection molded thing where it feels and looks like it's been wrapped, and it has a really nice texture to it. So you can really get a nice grip on it, and your fingers really go into those divots that are created. They did a good job on these, and honestly, like these have been some of the best sellers because they really look like a Katana, Wakizashi, and Tanto. So and they're still useful. Like we've said, like these are all fully useful, usable machetes. So you can go and hack brush, hack shrubbery, whatever you got to do that involves hacking limbs off or anything. Great useful tools in the woods, on a ranch, even in your backyard. So that's really it for us for this week. Thanks for following along. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment anything. Hey, you know, say the machetes are ridiculous and you'll never buy one. Whatever you got. Otherwise, we will see you next week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you then.